Hi guys, it's BB. Welcome back to my channel, my beautiful monarch butterflies. I hope that all of you are having a lovely day. I'm so excited to flip you guys through these 4 little 90s nostalgic junk journals that I created out of a birthday bag. Originally it was meant for my niece's birthday bag and it ended up getting tossed away and I had to save it, and so that's how these little journals were born. There's 2 different sizes. The ones on the left are shorter and the ones on the right are slightly taller, but I ended up able to create 4 journals out of this large party bag, and so I've labeled each and every single one of them. They will be listed up on my Poshmark if by any chance you are interested. Now there are very prominent like creases in these journals, and again, it's a party bag, so it's a repurposed bag. So this one is called Butterfly, and the reason you'll see why I called it Butterfly is because I ended up taking a flow book, and it just so happened to have a certain amount of like little topographies, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're perfect for this journal. I do believe this is one of the smaller journals, and I tried my best to keep them all the same. So there might be slight differences between them, but not by much. So in the first one, I'm very thorough, and then in the next journals, I'm gonna go a little bit quicker so that I don't keep you guys here all day. But for the most part, I try to keep it, pretty similar. When it comes to the little dangles, I was inspired by Thrifty Day, and you'll see that later on throughout the video. I took some like corkboard scrapbooking paper, and I made a collage for each and every single one of these journals, and it kind of took me back to like my teenage years. I don't know if you ever made collages in the 90s, but I would take pictures and stuff and collage them on corkboards, and still to this day they're at my parents' house. They have not moved off that wall, and so it was like time traveling back into my younger days, and I want for these to be like that little diary that you had with the locket and key as a little girl. Like, that's what I picture. It like the 90s, I'm so stuck in the 90s. Like, I love it. I think it's so cute. I think there were happy times, and I kind of want for whoever ends up with these, for them to be able to kind of have those memories sparked back as they're journaling throughout these, and so it also gives like a little bit of like school memories too. So you're gonna see a couple of like little things here and there that might be school related. And then here's like a little file folder, again like giving the school aspect of it, because I too had some good memories within school. And like one of these are paper chains, and it also brought back in mind like origami, so you could maybe make those cootie catchers. That's what we used to call them back in the day, and just playing with origami was just so much fun too. And yeah, I wanted like to leave a lot of bare pages too, because I want you to be able to journal about that. So again, using some of the flow stickers that I have in that book. Oop, the wind was kind of blowing really hard, so. And this is like my second time filming this video actually, because our lights had gone out the first time and there was a lot of interruptions, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna record outside and get some fresh air. Unfortunately, the mosquitoes are super ravenous around this time, and they definitely were trying to eat me. Oh, and scratch and sniffs. My friend Kara sent me those from Paper Confessions. She gave me some scratch and sniffs. I was like, they're perfect. And then roller skating. Yeah. I mean, it makes me smile. It makes me so happy to even think about all those memories. Or even like the little certificates when you would get to reading so many books, and they give you like a little pizza certificate to get like the tiniest pizza known to mankind. Like, or trophies, awards that you get for reading as many books. I Spy when you go to the book fair. Like, oh my gosh, like so much memories were like flooding back to me, and I'm just like, ooh, I'm so excited for whoever ends up with these, honestly, because they were a lot of fun to make, and it was kind of hard to show restraint with these journals because I'm like, oh, I could add this and I could add that. But I needed them to be somewhat naked for you guys because, of course, I'm sure a lot of memories are going to be coming to your head as you're flipping through this. And then here I took a little bit of sentiments, and then I wanted to add stickers. And these kind of stickers remind me of like what you would place within a locker, like how you would deck out your locker back in the day, because they don't use lockers nowadays. Well, at least here in New Mexico, our kids do not use lockers. Now, everything just consists of like laptops. You don't even cover up your books for school anymore. Like, that's not even a thing. That doesn't exist anymore. I remember being so excited to take part in like covering up my history book or my science book, as heavy as they were. But I was like, ooh, I can draw on it and just deck it out however I want, incorporate stickers and stuff. Or yeah, it just it took me back. And I know I keep saying that, but it really does. There was like happy times. But nearing the end of this little journal, we're soon gonna get started on the next one. And okay, and obviously I'm gonna put like my signature, my maker's mark eventually, like once they get sold. I really wanted to get this put out because having recorded it a second time, I was like, but it all worked out and they look so beautiful. And all thanks to Thrifty Day. She really got me inspired to do like the little bookmarks and stuff. So cute. So this one's called Flowers. Unfortunately, I ended up getting a visit from my daddy, so I did not flip y'all through like that first little page. So this one goes a little bit quicker. But yeah, I feel like there's not a lot of things to add because I just word vomited throughout the beginning of this video. And oh yes, one more thing. If y'all end up going to my Poshmark and by any chance you are new to Poshmark, use my code BB_closet_C and it'll give you $10 off of your first purchase. You see, now these are the flowers. You can see the flowers there, and that's why it's titled like that. And here's another cork board collage. Oh, and then I took an Eggos box, and I fussy cut some of the little tiny like little, yeah, I just fussy cut them, whatever, it's like the little advertisements on the back of an Eggo box. Because that too, it like, when you sat down and you ate cereal as a kid, or you ate breakfast, there was no cell phones. You just had to sit there and read behind the box of a cereal box, and just, they sometimes had like cute little activities there, you know. You could do mazes, or probably what are those, like where you fill out the little numbers, and or what are the other ones, like fill in the spaces, or like patterns, things like that. Like it just had little activities, and kids don't do that now. Like they come in plastic bags for the ones that I buy. I haven't bought a cereal box in a while, but it definitely was like, ooh, that's a good idea too, to put that in there. Because these are like little things, as time goes on, we start to forget a little bit, and then you kind of see something, and then it brings you back to that time, that period in time. I love it. Here again, we've got some more little stickers that were given to me in some Happy Mail. And I wanted to add those ribbons in there because you can decorate the edges of your paper or something. But they're so bright, they're so fun. I showed my kiddos and my husband. They're like, it definitely looks like it's for a little girl. And I want that to kind of let your inner child be free. You know, even as a grown woman, I'm just like, you know, there's still an inner child within me. And I don't ever want that to go away. So who knows? I might keep one for myself. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe. Who knows? If it doesn't sell. This one's called Star. And I actually do open up this one for you guys. So I'm sorry about the last one that I didn't do that. But they're all so cute. That again is from the Flow book. And you get your little holographic butterfly there, because it wouldn't be a BB's journal without butterflies. And you got some project life cards, little sentiments, and that blue page that you guys see to the left, it says 2000s. And so like, you write down your memories every, like, for 3 years. So you can always go back to this journal every year until you complete the 3 years and write down a little memory, or to see how you've changed throughout that time. So yeah, I think that's adorable, and you can see what you were doing in that time period and always look back. And or if someone flips through your journal, if you let them, they can see what you were doing then. Like, yeah, like what was happening in the 2000s or something, like. And you can write down, because it just has a 2 and a 0, so you could go as far back as the early 2000s, which I think is really neat. And then here we've got some little flow book cutouts, little cut aparts. You can use them however you please. And I think some of the little scratch and sniffs, I think this one might be a cherry one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, a little cherry one. I don't remember what the other one is, but there's definitely a scratch and sniff in each and every single one. And then here, again, using some of the flow book, and then I took some stickers from the Hobby Lobby, and it says Groovy, and then some remnants of the journals that I used for the interior lining and used them as fun little tabs. And there's the center of our journal. Again, we have one of our iconic I Spy little things that you can alter if you want. You could probably even back up a picture to it. That would look so cute. There were so much things that I knew I wanted to say during this video, and I'm like kind of forgetting. But just know, at the time that I was making these, I was just like, ooh, I'm thinking of this. Ooh, I'm thinking of that. But they came all together so stinking cute. I love them all. I just wish they wouldn't have had those creases, but I think something about it adds character to the journals. And if you noticed, the bigger ones have like a bluish purple large envelope, and then the tinier ones have pink envelopes. And there again is some of the little pages that you could fill out. It gives you like prompts, so you can always look back at your pictures and maybe try to figure out what you were doing in the early 2000s. And not to toot my own horn, but I thought it was kind of clever to have like the introduction have like a little filter over it that made it seem like I was recording in the 90s. So cute. Oh my gosh. The older we got, and sometimes we would look back at some of the home videos that we would make. Cringe, guys. Oh my gosh. Cringe to the max. I don't know why we thought it'd be a good idea to act that way as little kids and just be dorky and replicate some of our favorite cartoons or reenact certain characters. Like, I think back, and some of my favorite cartoon characters were like Tweety Bird, or if I watched Hercules, I thought I was Meg because she had long hair, or I would also think I was Mulan because she too had long hair, and I feel like I had similar eye shape to her. And Pocahontas, oh, she was my favorite. Love Pocahontas. So yeah, like, share some of your guys' favorite cartoons. And I still remember, like, my little brother during the summertime, he would wake me up early. Well, what I felt like was early, because they played some of the best cartoons early in the morning. And he'd be like, you need to watch the episodes. Like, it's not going to play again until who knows when. So we would wake up early, and we had a dish. It's called a dish, and it would pick up different channels and stuff. And then on one of those times, it got hit by hell, and there was big old holes that like ruptured through it. And all of a sudden, like, if you move a dish, you'll get different channels. And during that time, it gave us Spanish channels. So we would watch like Johnny Bravo, Dexter's Laboratory in Spanish, and Ed, Ed and Eddie. And I felt like I could relate to Jimmy because he wore headgear, and I wore a headgear in the 90's. And I just remember hating to take pictures because my mom would take pictures of me, and I'd be like, oh, I don't like her. I don't like her taking pictures of me, because I just felt so vulnerable in my headgear, and I had to wear it every day, all day, except when it came to eating, and that was it. I could only take it off when I was eating. Yeah, it did stuff to my self-esteem. But now looking back, now that I'm older, I think it's funny. But as a kid, I was like, I have to go grocery shopping with my mom, be out in public, and little kids would just stare at me. But anyways, you guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the journaling flip through as much as I did, and getting to share a little bit about like my likes and stuff as a little kid. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for me, you guys. I hope y'all have a lovely rest of y'all's day, and y'all please take care. Bye.